made a lot of progress. I think it's only KA that we were about to complete with the DG. And when I was asked in Parliament what was my greatest success in this ministry is the leadership. It's to be able to lead. Leading such a place is not a very easy thing, but also to lead in such a way that we made friends with most of you and made it comfortable for each one of you to be able to speak to me and for me to speak to you. So thank you so much for the good work. Waziri, you have now very stable agencies. Kenya Ports Authority had issues. We sorted. We had an MD. Kenya Ports Authority, as I said, had too many acting GMs. Now we have substantive GMs on all positions except the MD. We passed here the law on railway, the new structure of the Kenya Railway. You progressed that, and then they were working on placements on a number of general managers. We didn't have a director general at Namata, Engineer Kitau, who was acting then, and he was the road secretary. We released him to be now the substantive MD or director general of the Namata. So many of these agencies are now functioning, and with board members, we substantially appointed a number of the board members. A few of them require still your appointment, including Kura. I think there is one person whose name is will be in your desk for gazettement, because most of these come from various agencies. On the part of work, I think we have done a very good handover report here, assisted by the PSS. The work will progress as it is. The road sector is a bit challenging because of the pending bills on the development of the roads, but we managed to get about 37 billion to cover 15 roads. You have a daunting task actually on the pending roads, and that's an area you require the support of Parliament, the executive, all of us who will sit with you in the cabinet to make sure that funding for our pending roads is extremely important. You have another challenge of the NTSA. Road accidents remains a very serious challenge, yet it is the ministry that takes responsibility, even though the causes come from different places. You progress the conversation on the instant fining, and hopefully the camera installation starts soon, and you complete the procurement process. PPPs are very important in this sector. You have the PPP for the airport. I believe that will be guided to the end. The PPP for the NTSA, and the Rironi Mau Summit Road, progressing it to Malaba, is extremely important. I made the most difficult decision to cancel the contract, and the cancellation will come to an end in the effective period is next month in September. Hopefully then door will be open for us to get a different person to do the road. Policy guidance on engineers issues, registration, accountability. You'll work with Engineer Margaret and the team. I'm just speaking off ahead. You have issues to do with technology, the city management, what do you call ITS, very important technology with funding from Korea and the US and China, and also some funding for some of the roads, Namata, a lot of PPPs there, about the bus rapid transit BRT systems. I signed something with the European Union and so forth, and we progressed most of these things to Cab Memo. You were in the cabinet, and we passed some of those issues. On the air safety, very important. We have an acting director in charge of air safety at the moment, and we have a few issues there. I'll guide you on what's supposed to be sorted, and then we get a substantive person who is there. I'll share with you also that one later. I think that's it. I mean, really, it's been 2 years. 2 years very short in infrastructure sector. One of my most bold decisions was to gazette the 7 shillings, and thank you for supporting it. Now you are the beneficiary. After we consulted and agreed to do the 7 shillings, it's very important because our roads are in very bad situation. when it comes to maintenance. Again, you'll have some resources, but that conversation, I wish Kandia was here, has to continue being progressed to the level where you ring-fence the 10 shillings, the 10%, yeah, to remain for maintenance of the roads. Otherwise, the appetite to divide it to every constituency is very high and may never provide the value for that for money. As I shared with you earlier, you have advisors, 3 advisors here. Kapkir worked with his Kiswahili speaking, and most of you didn't know that he's an author. So and then you have Opio and you have Engineer Muchilwa. All these people are very useful resources here, and we made sure that when we were hiring them, they went through all the processes of the ministry and the department and through the PSS, so that they don't become advisors of the minister, they become of the ministry, so that they serve comfortably with everybody around here. Some people don't think that they are taking their jobs because their work is advisory. I can't say everything. I love roads and transport. I appreciate this is my first job to do as a minister, and thank you guys for making it very, very enjoyable. I am just around the corner, always available to come and take tea. I have known your CS for over 12 years, working closely. We have helped to form governments together. We've signed the agreements to establish Jubilee administration. We came together. So I've worked under Davis and with Davis for so many years. There is nothing here that you got extremely experienced, a very conversant public servant, and I have no doubt you are in very safe hands, better than mine. So you will work together, and with this humility, we have no doubt that we will be consulting further. If I need anything, I don't need to ask Davis, I'll call you directly. If you run away from me, then that's the time I stack you to him. I'll say, no, the point is that we are in one government, one system in place. We are around. We will be with Waziri in cabinet. If there's anything he wants to check with me, I am available to do so. And if there's anything you need to check with me, I am available to do so. Like I made difficult decisions, I have no doubt that the CS will make difficult decisions. This is a place where you must make the most difficult decisions no matter what happens, because that's where the leadership lies. And we will succeed. Even this pending bills thing, we will succeed because we are working as a team. Let me not speak too much. Barikiwa sana. Thank you very much. Yeah. It is now my greatest honor and privilege to introduce to you once again. I'm sure you've met when he was preparing himself, but introduce again and invite CS Davis Kimutai Chirchir to take over.
We didn't have this in my ministry. What is it meant to do?
That is the mic.
Thank you, Kipchumba Murkomen.
This is the difference between energy and road.
Yeah, thank you. It's a pleasure to be here this afternoon to formally meet you guys and take over the role of CS Roads and Transport. Thank you for the wonderful preparation for the handover this afternoon. I was with Energy for the handover this morning, and we started in Isinya very early in the morning. But likewise, we had a very good arrangement. We started in Kitaru and met some of you guys there to see some of the programs and projects you are running. So I saw the interchange, and I want to appreciate you doing great work. Waziri, when we were nominees, I sneaked here and Margaret took care of me, and Kinoti was there, Ikua was there, all these guys, Rashid, Njau, just to mention a few. And when I ran through...
You're already doing very well.
When I, when I ran through this this is everything they gave me. And I was told when I went for the confirmation hearing, some guys told me it was an A-star. So I want to give it back to you. And thank you so much for that preparatory work. I really appreciate. But more importantly, just to acknowledge that the public trust given to us, we really owe it to the president. We've gone through a very difficult time when we've had to almost not know what to do. And when I came for that preparatory work, I told the guys who prepared me that, when the president is almost having to resign because it was Ruto must go, he decided to sacrifice us. So we really need to still get back down and ask ourselves, what do we need to do better to basically respond to some of the young guys who don't appreciate some of the things we are doing? Is it just communication? If it is, why don't we communicate better? Because we've come through a very difficult time when people want to come and occupy your house, and when your telephones are broadcasted and they want to visit you. It's not been a very easy time. And so we really need to introspectively ask ourselves, what could we have done better? Is it communication? Why don't we communicate? So it's a pleasure to come to Roads. Most of the programs which run in Roads are slightly more expensive than energy. I'm thinking of a project like some kilometers between the border of Ethiopia and Suswa, where we spend about $1 billion to build that line. And so we run almost similar projects. So we understand project management, and we'll work together to ensure that we work within the scope of project management, because overrun cost on very expensive projects can double the cost of the projects. When we built the